Good evening and welcome back for another episode of our Tomb of Horrors Tournament podcast. We are on the edges of the seats as we are about to get back into the dungeon where we last left our heroes split into three separate parties, each unaware of what the other is doing. We have Clobber, Fred, and Ginger. We have Lucky and Thordy, all in one group together, and then Tim and Tregul have been on a duo sojourn for a while from the rest of the group, almost immediately upon entering the dungeon. And most recently, towards the end of last session, Ziggy has disappeared and chosen to go his own way and wanders alone amongst the halls. So bear with us this next week as we delve back into the Tomb of Horrors, where at stake is a wonderful prize, a Art and Arcana visual history of Dungeons and Dragons special edition box set, including the a reproduction of the original Tomb of Horrors manuscript held at Origins. All right. We join them tonight in dungeon. Can you feel the energy, folks?
Feel the anticipation.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days? That's interesting. My turn order is not showing up on my jam screen, but it shows fine on the broadcast window. Can everyone else see the turn order? Yours is white. Yes. Turn it off and turn it on again. My friends, the IT guys, are fond of telling me this, right? Well, I have turned mine on and off again, and we shall see if it's helped. It doesn't look like it has, but I think I can, as long as it responds, I think I can make do. I am a professional. So if we wouldn't mind moving off to our respective private rooms, I'm going to go ahead and have the main group stay here, and if you want to move down to the private room, we'll have Steven go down there with Ziggy and Tregul and sure. Go back to his Tregul and Tim can go in the second room. And when we left off with Thordy. Thordy, if you remember properly, we were located up in the room with the treasure chests, and we opened a pit, and in the pit is contained several of these small creatures.
We jumped over something. Did the creatures notice us? I forgot.
They did. You guys, I think you got into this configuration and they noticed you.
I know that when Thordy jumped over, they didn't. But how many of us are across the pit here?
Clobber and Thordy currently.
Okay, are they able to climb? Yeah. If you do that every time, please, Aaron, just reset for the screen.
That helps a bunch, doesn't it?
Yes, thank you. Are they climbing all?
Not currently. He did say they were able to climb.
Well, I don't
Very good. So you toss it across. I would assume Fred probably grabs it. Um, and you put a rope across the pit. It's Fred's turn next.
Grab because a lot of people drop it.
It's a 10 foot. What's the jump? Just mechanically? Is it
10
acrobatics?
acrobatics, 10 feet. So yep,
Rough jump. I needed 10 to cross it.
that's correct.
I should be able to jump that. Try to start. Two in there.
Make a sense motive roll to assess them. They do appear to be preparing to get on the move. You think they're probably going to climb the walls.
Are they all down at the bottom right now? They all
They're down the bottom right now.
like popping a fireball down there with the wall.
Yeah, I would say that would be correct.
Did our person who knew something about them say that they had any sort of immunity? I don't either, that's why I got that.
I know you identified them as undead.
Big pointy teeth.
Yeah, you have a mover standard lift. Uh, let's see. I am looking at that right now. Actually, no. It is 100 and... Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Can't hear the GM. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
That's weird. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yep.
You can hear me now.
No, can't hear you.
You meanies. Okay, that's just interesting. When I'm over the recording software, apparently you can't hear me in Discord. Whatever. The pit is 160 feet deep. It's very deep. Yeah. I don't think you've been able to see them. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my notes say that the pit trap is 160 feet deep for a 16 dice 6 fall.
Wow.
That makes that 2 in 20 chance just a little more exciting.
I guess if we're retconning, I can't even see him. Ginger cubes, the other one, maybe.
I don't think most things have dark vision that far. The excellent dark vision is like 90 feet. Well, it is Ginger's turn.
Alright. This is a really short one.
Yeah, I think we see the total summary.
It is. It's basically 5 feet wide. It's only... Actually, I think this is 4 feet by 4 feet square. And it ends at the end of a hallway where there's a 3-foot diameter red dot. Like a red circle painted on the wall.
First one to the dot wins. Alright, I guess that's this race right now.
Not really. Nope. I'm going to move on to Ziggy. I'll be right back. All right, Steven.
Oh boy. My turn.
Yeah, buddy, when we last left Ziggy, you'd use the distraction of the dart trap to sneak into the ceiling door from which you came, and you're now backtracking towards the... Do I get this right? Towards back into the entry chamber to the vapor-shrouded portal door again to try to follow in Trey Ghoul and Tim's footsteps. Very good.
Also, one more matter now that I am kind of away from the rest of the crew.
Yes.
I would like to spellcraft the item that I kind of stole from the treasure chest.
Oh yeah, what item was that?
I do not know.
It was in the treasure chest? Alright. Well, lucky for you, I have this in my notes here somewhere, if you'll bear with me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a clear crystal box, and inside it was a ring. So you're going to spend your standard action to cast Detect Magic? Yeah, you had the ring. That's right, Fred and Ginger have the chest. It was a ring, yes. And so do you want to spend your standard to cast Detect Magic?
Sure. I'll detect magic.
It radiates as magical, but you'll have to wait 3 rounds to fully see its aura. And then you can make your spellcraft check to identify it. Yeah, the first round when you cast Detect Magic, it only detects whether or not there's magic within the range of the spell. And then the second round, it tells you how many auras of magic are within range of the spell. And then in the third round, it shows you where specifically, and you can see the aura. And make spellcraft checks.
Yeah, well, there's my next 3 rounds.
There you go.
Alright.
Okay, ma'am, I'll be back. All right. We're back to the Unstoppable Lucky.
Alright.
Are you lucky enough to jump the pit, Lucky?
Oh, absolutely.
Failure only means 16 dice 6 damage, and then fighting those things, whatever they are. Nope, you gotta do / roll space 1d20.
Space 1 plus 9.
Yep,
That work?
sure would.
There you go. Success. Success.
Yeah, you
Equals 9?
you
Gotcha.
yeah. So your result should have been 18.
18.
Although you should go play some roulette immediately.
9. I want to roll 9. There's a 9.
Um,
Like a 20.
yeah, exactly. So all right,
So I'm power fired here, baby.
yeah.
Okay. Correct. Hi, Lucky. Hey, everybody. Let's go get him.
What's your movement speed, bud?
30.
So that's a double move to there.
Yep.
You have enough to go in front of Clobber next to the big red dot if you want.
Oh, I do not want to get in Clobber's way.
Uh huh.
Damn.
I see. Okay, good. So we're gonna call this your turn then.
That's where I am. Double move. Done.
Okay.
As long as I duck under it, right? I'm a monk. I can like smooth myself around the curve of the beam, right?
All right, Clobber. Tell us what you're made of.
Oh, okay. I can't see the turn order, so I don't know who's turn it is.
Okay. Sure. It's gone for everybody, right?
Alright.
And it's gonna come back, and I'm gonna predict this changes nothing.
Hey, it changed nothing. Changed
Correct.
its position.
Okay.
Alright. Alright. Well, we can all just stand here staring at a big red dot, but I can do something about it. So,
They're gonna play with the big red dot there.
do I die?
You do not die. By all perceptions, you are standing next to a wall with a big red dot painted on it. Geocentrically, perfectly centered in the middle of a 4-foot square is a 3-foot red dot.
Alright. I will examine the wall, looking for any sort of seams or you know, ways of opening it, general craftsmanship. Tell me everything about this wall. I'm a frickin' dwarf for crying out loud.
Okay, what's your perception bonus? Oh, I've got that. I remember. Yeah, we're good.
Perception.
Remember, it's not
I got you. No, we're good. Go ahead and why don't you make a will save, sir?
Damn it. Alright, let's see.
Does it get obnoxious very easily?
Will save 15. Yeah, it's
I have the +2 if it's a spell or spell-like ability or enchantment. It looks like there's still a +1 from Bless still. Oh, that's against fear effects, so I don't think the dot's scaring me.
no, it's not scaring you. It's just paint, from what you can see. It's paint on stone.
Alright, there's nothing else to do with this wall.
Nope.
I always wonder when you make the saving throw, you can feel kind of what you're trying to get at.
Alright, so I've taken a step up to it, I've examined it.
It's pretty much you.
Am I allowed to do anything else, or is that
It's pretty much you.
I'm confused?
What's that?
Pretty much you?
Oh,
What do you mean?
that'd be pretty much your whole turn.
Okay.
The move action, and then the move equivalent action to to scrutinize the wall and look over it very carefully.
Alright. Well, it's just paint, everybody. I don't know.
That sounds
Hello, gentlemen. How you doing?
lovely.
So the last time we met, okay, you guys were. Oh, I ejected Tim into La La Land.
Yeah. Well, it was nice playing with you, Tim.
So, you and Tim were going through a set of horrible rooms where there was a secret door in each room that was constantly shooting arrows at you, magical arrows at you. Yeah, for a while you had a sheep as a meat shield who died, a bloody death to magical arrows. And now, after going through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 such rooms, you've opened a door and can see that there is an actual door on the other side of this 10 foot by 10 foot room located right here.
Okay, it's an actual door, not a.
Not a secret door, an actual just double, like a door.
I think I've fogged the door out. I can't see that.
Yeah, I think, yeah, see, you can see this is the graphic for the, yeah.
Yep. No, I just wanted to make sure. So this is our doorway into that room.
That is correct.
Okay. Well, I can't remember whose turn it is to go in.
Tim. Tim first, then Tragul, unless you want to delay to change positions.
Well, we had been switching sometimes.
Yeah, so you guys can pretty much choose with delays, so.
So, you want me to go first, Tim, or would you like the honors, sir?
Oh, I'll take care of it.
Great. I think it's your turn to be bloodied again.
I'll look for traps.
Okay. You thoroughly look over this room and find that it is not trapped.
Move up to the door. Right?
Yep, it's a pair of stone doors that open into a room. Does not.
Actually, I'll go to here and I'll let Tragul come in and use his action.
Alright, so I will come in. And the door is kind of right in front of me now.
Yep.
Alright, I will check that door for traps.
Okay. You thoroughly look it over and feel that the door is not locked or trapped.
Alright. So that's my 2 actions, I think, right?
I think it is. So next round we may see what's inside. Top around 47.
Wow, that's a big number.
We have been playing this. Your adventurers have been adventuring the tomb for almost 5 minutes.
We are godlike.
What's that, honey?
We've already lost 3 of them.
Uh huh. All right, welcome back. It is Thordy's turn.
Can we accept it now?
Yes.
I will go to the end of the hall and look over Barbara's shoulder and see if I can make sense of anything looking floor, ceiling, looking for traps, all that kind of good stuff that I always do.
Okay, because that's the kind of guy you are. Yeah. Okay. Well, if you want to move there, I will make the rolls for you.
Okay. I too am a dwarf.
I have that note in my perception. +1 to locate all traps and can locate magical traps. +2 when detecting. +2 when detecting stonework traps and doors. So you look this over very well, sir. Something doesn't look quite right about this wall.
Is it clobber?
No. You think maybe. Also make a will save.
Oh, I even beat the last few, so thanks. We'll say, you say,
Yes, sir.
Sure, I've done this first, but you know what?
And it's versus a spell effect, so your dwarven bonus applies. Indeed. All right. So you see that the red dot on the wall is translucent. It's not real. It appears to be a magical effect. It is concealing a concealed door in the wall. So basically, there's a concealed door behind an illusionary red circle that would normally obscure, or ordinarily obscure the door completely. But the door itself is actually only, moderately hidden. Yep. The illusion makes it very hard to see, but the actual stonework is only slightly concealed.
So I think very briefly to tell Clover to take a running start to the edge of the pit, and he should be able to knock his way in the door if he uses his head, and then think better of that because he probably already know. And ask Clover if he would step aside. I believe I see the door.
Clover would be willing to do so.
Checking the door for traps and locks, and nothing worries me.
You don't have any more actions, actually. You moved up and then... Yeah, you're stuck at this point. You moved up and you examined the door thoroughly. You determined it didn't have traps and that it was concealed by an illusion. And you can clearly see it, but that's kind of where you're done. Fred.
Alright, I will send my light stone into this fire.
Okay. How far do they move?
Gonna think.
Oh, impressive. So you dive them down there 100 feet. And they illuminate a 20-foot radius, right? So basically what you see at the edge of the visible light, which is 120 feet away, is you see this would actually be for the first time when you would actually have seen those two moat things climbing the walls and been able to identify them. And they're 120 foot down the pit wall.
Guys, there's a door we should hurry up.
Yep. I've got a necklace full of them.
I got a necklace full of fireballs.
Drop a pearl down there. Let's see if we can actually get through the door and close it behind us and then ignore these things. Unless they are door opening. Okay. What do you guys think?
It's a very good question.
I think it's based on the... I would just... shoot a thing down there so we can...
Who knows? It could be a lightning bolt. They got a long range.
Could be an elephant.
Grass grows. 160 square foot area.
Grass grows in a what kind of area?
160 square foot area.
Wow. So you've lined the walls of the pit with grass.
Before the rod, so starting from the rod, pretty much all the way down the pit. Shag currently enormous.
Now this is homey.
If you're through it.
Yeah, but it's only like 4 foot this way and 4 foot that way. Or 8 foot. Yeah, 8 foot. So, but yeah, grassy. All right, well, I'm gonna go talk to Ziggy now.
The next question.
All right, so you can determine now that the only additional auras to your own normal magical auras is this magical aura, and you figure next time that you will be able to identify it.
Sounds good to me.
Awesome. So, like Tim and Tragul, they talk about like life experience when we're not in channel with them, and the other group they play Dungeons and Dragons trivia. What are you doing here by yourself to pass the time?
I am honestly, I'm just looking at my character sheet over and over and
You were just studying in focus.
studying and focus. Give me a lot of time to think about this one.
Well, that's what you do, and once you study and focus for another round, you'll be able to possibly identify this magical ring.
Yep.
All right, I'll be back with you in a bit.
Thank you.
All right, Lucky.
Oh, Lucky is here. Alright, what are we gonna do, guys? Are we gonna fireball him, or are we going to we're just going to the door that's there.
That's right.
Am I convinced that the door does not exist?
You you
No clobber goes through.
you
Already has to go through.
you haven't sufficiently examined it yet. Actually, now that they've talked about it, go ahead and make a will save.
Alright.
Yeah, you can see the red dots in illusion. You agree with Thordy, and you can. You don't see the door on the. Oh yeah, you do. You see the door on the wall. Yep.
Door in the walls.
The door in the wall. Yeah, so you could also open it if you wanted to.
You guys are all daft. Because there's a door in this wall.
Right.
Now, is the way our situation, can I go in, go up? I don't want to put traps in the way, but since there's people in the way, I really can't stop. I'd like to go up, open the door, and the door open. But how do I do that with
You could go up and open the door, but you'd be squeezing with clobber.
Alright, I can do that.
Hey now.
Dwarves and halflings sharing spaces. What's this world coming to?
Can't
Yep.
just turn the
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Well, there's kind of a half square out to the south.
I am going to allow him to squeeze into Clobber's square because there's nowhere else for him to go.
Alright.
And if anything should happen, though, you'd both take a squeezing modifier of -2s.
Not worry about that. I go do that, and again, check for traps and do all that good stuff. On the fly.
I love how he decides for both of us.
I was just thinking that. It's like, you got so much input into the situation.
Or I can just wait and let the dwarves go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. It's all good.
So you open this door.
Excuse me, pardon me.
Yep. Okay, if you guys just gonna be standing all day. Alright.
Hello, I'm looking for your description. So, the floors of this long, wide hall is inlaid with tiles, and the walls and ceiling are painted with figures of animals, strange signs, and glyphs. Humans and human-like creatures hold painted spheres, each a different color from the next. This door opens, obviously, on a red sphere. And the red sphere is actually depicted as being held waist high by a skeleton. And each of these, as you can see into the room here, you can see some more billowing green mist in the south from something. And that's about it at this point. But this appears to be a very large room. Make sense?
Billowing green mist. Each square has a different color sphere in it.
Some of them do. This one's a red circle. You really can't see him at this point because of the small door that you're looking out of. Ginger at this point notices that the creatures in the tunnel climb another 40 feet up the wall. So now they are 80 feet from the top. And Clobber, it is your turn.
Alright, I don't think I'm gonna hang out in this tiny little hallway.
Well, yeah.
Alright, what's my move? My move was stupid. Alright, 10 squares. Let's see what happens when I stand.
Very good.
1, 2, 3. Oh goodness, there's like a whole bunch of strange colored dots. What's with all these roll 1d20 plus X floating around?
I don't know.
I put that up to let whoever needed help with the syntax know what that is. That's what you would put in for your roll into the book.
Okay,
And I'll give you
thank you. 'Cause it just like appeared on the map. I'm like, what? Alright.
So, to the south there is an archway filled with mist. 3 large stones are embedded in the arch, each a different hue. Olive on the lower left, russet on the top of the arch, and citron on the lower right. It looks familiar. It looks...
You had one of those arches in the main hallway?
The entrance hall.
Yes. Is it somewhere left?
Yes. The thing is, though, the gems are different now.
It's still a misty door that I don't want to step through.
Now I'll tell you, I've got this one too. Right? Can you guys see that?
I don't see it.
The base-
Handout 10.
Okay. It doesn't even show up on my list.
Now it does.
There it is, yeah. Okay, so that's what all those dots are?
Yeah, that's a portion of a wall of this room. I'm going to read you the full description if you don't mind now. It's going to take just a moment because there are, as you see, it's a very large hallway. The gold sphere is held above the head by a naga. The orange sphere is held waist high by a mummy. The purple sphere is held at its feet by a minotaur. The bronze sphere is held waist high by a nymph. The gray sphere is held at shoulder height by an owlbear. The bright blue sphere is held at the feet of a saguin. The white sphere is held above the head of a red slod. The turquoise sphere is held at the shoulder of a satyr. The scarlet sphere is held waist high by a mind flayer. What's a mind flayer? Pale green spheres are held by the feet of Medusa. The pale blue sphere is held at the shoulder of a werewolf. The silver sphere is held at the feet by a four-armed gargoyle. There's a green sphere held high above the head of a half-orc. And the yellow sphere is held at the shoulder by a falcon-headed creature. The pink sphere is held high above the head of a yuan-ti. The black sphere is held at the feet of a hydra. The pale violet sphere is held at the shoulders of a kuatoa. The red sphere is held at the waist high of a skeleton and has the rest of your party peering out of it. And the buff sphere is held by the feet of a white-bearded human wizard. And the indigo sphere is held high above the head by a bat-winged human.
I wonder if the poem said like something about nights with color and avoid green, right? Is that I don't have the poem here, right? As far as
What's that?
Somebody writes all this down. Can you copy paste this?
I might be able to, except I don't think I have it anywhere besides in the Discord way up channel.
I just want to make sure that we had the recordings.
Well, if in between turns, as it takes a while to get back around, someone could scroll up the Discord. The room description. With all the...
That was a lot coming at us.
Sure. I'm working off paper notes. Let's see. I probably have it. I know. I probably have the file somewhere. Okay. But basically, I will, if you ask about a color, I will tell you what it's being depicted as. So I have that information very handy. So, Clobber, I think that's... You went through. Now what do you want to do? That was a move action. You got, like, one a move or a standard, right?
I will ready in case anything besides my thing comes out of this hole. I'll just be ready to smash it.
Okay. Sounds good.
I should do it.
Sounds good. I'm going to go see Tim Tregool then. Hi, guys.
Hello.
How are my friends Tim and Tregool doing?
We are ecstatic.
Ah,
We are convinced that there is a dragon behind the unlocked door.
there could be.
But we are ready for it. So, Tim, do you want to open the door and I'll have something ready? Alright, so before he opens the door, I will have, I'm gonna tap my, yeah, I'm gonna tap my boots of speed.
Agog.
And I'm going to be ready and so. Alright, let's open the door and see what's gonna kill us, Tim. I'm ready for this.
Alright. I didn't open the door, Aaron.
So, Tim, you're opening the door? Oh, goody. Can you hear me? All right, Tim, you're opening the door. Well, gentlemen, a grotesque winged humanoid with the horned head and stony hide lunges, its forearms each tipped with wicked, rocky claws. Around the creature's neck is a collar studded with huge gleaming gems.
Slam the door.
Yes. He looks much less scary in the other one.
That's freaking. What the hell? I say,
What the hell?
Close it! Close it! Close it!
Okay, you actually don't. Oh, you do have the action. You use your second move action to close the door.
Alright, okay, I would. Did the door open into the room that the creature is in, or did it open into our room?
It opened into your room.
Okay.
Right.
Just in my quick cursory glance, do I have any idea what it might be?
Make a knowledge. I believe it's a knowledge arcana check, Brad.
Yeah, I don't really want to do that. I don't.
Well, no. It's actually, believe it or not, it's actually nature, I believe. It's a monstrous humanoid. Is that nature?
Or is that? Yeah, no, I only have
It's either nature or local.
Yeah, nope. So that's alright. Do I think shoving an arrow under the door would wedge that door closed? Or is there a lock that I might be able to force instead of
There is not a lock. You probably could jigger something with the nature, isn't it? Monstrous humanoid. Yeah, I thought so. But that thing was big, Brad. It was like 12 feet tall. So I think it's gonna have his way with an arrow wedged in something.
Yeah. Okay, alright, that was alright, so he is and how tall are the ceilings in here?
10 foot.
So he would theoretically have to squeeze through that doorway.
Yes.
Alright, Tim, what are you thinking? Stand and fight or run? I've got no idea what the hell it is other than big. It's Mel, yeah. The collar looks promising. I'm actually wondering. It looks stony, so I'm wondering if we get the collar off, if it will, we just become a statue.
Try to speak with it, see if we can
I don't think it wants to talk to us, and I'm not sure I could. You want me to open the door and start talking to it?
just a crack. What did it do when we looked at it?
It lunged at us.
It lunged at you, yeah, like an attack dog.
That's why I'm thinking I really don't want to talk to it.
It didn't get to us though?
It was a big room.
It's a big room, and you had the drop on it. Like it's rolled initiative, but it's not its initiative.
I open the door now, it's going to. That's going to take one of my actions.
they don't want to fight that thing.
So are we
It's
done?
probably wise.
Don't you?
He opened the door with his first action and shut it with his second.
How are you doing? You're not hurt, right?
No, no.
I would like if you to provide me some healing, and then we'll test on one of the body parts.
Okay.
Well, it might miss you. I don't know. They decide. You decide what you want to do.
Basically, otherwise I have I can definitely do a wand of cure light wounds
Right?
that I can hit you with, but that's not going to be a huge bonus. But I'm happy to do that.
Yeah. If that's what you want to do, go ahead. If you want to run.
Right. Well, there's 4 back, and then we're gonna start. All right, and then I'm going to move back into this room. So what's my move? All right, so tell you what, Tim, I'm gonna wait for you here. I went out to the long corridors, I think. Or Aaron, did I just do impossible moves? I don't necessarily know where the doors are.
No, I think you were okay.
Okay. So I'm here. I've got, if you can get to me, Tim, I've got a clear shot on him. So try and get out of there as soon as you can, and I'll be ready for him with some. You said he looked stony, right, Aaron?
That's correct, Brad.
Okay, then I know what I'm going to be ready to do.
There it is.
And if he does get to you, so that we move in, just run your ass out. He probably won't be able to get to you this round.
Brad, a magical arrow fires at you and misses.
Damn! That wasn't supposed to happen, Aaron. He had that was supposed to happen on the way out. Tim, discuss
Well, about that.
that.
All right, I'll be back with you.
All right.
All right, Thordy.
All right, so 30 will go into the room as well, and basically I'm gonna search for secret doors and traps. What I'm interested in knowing fundamentally is if the door. I'm gonna go to. I'm not sure which side the door opens on. I want to go to that side. Is the illusion on this side too?
Yes,
Oh, okay. So you can't see the door without having beaten the illusion.
correct.
So I recommend everybody clear that room, and we're gonna close the door. Last person out, close the door. If not, I'll close the door as soon as I can.
Do anything else with your mover standard?
Just looking for traps or other secret doors.
Okay.
Anything in my general vicinity. I'm assuming that the people that are in there can close the door behind them. If not, as I said, on my next turn, I will shut the door.
What's next?
Okay, you don't see any traps or any secret doors, Authority. Fred?
Thank you. Back on the phone or something.
It's alright.
I will move my light back up. We have a bit of time. Do we want to just leave Ziggy behind?
I don't think so. Well, where is Ziggy?
I have no idea.
Well, at this point, I think we need to ensure our safety.
Well, we'll stay out here a bit longer, see if anything comes around. Don't close the door just yet.
Not being at all.
They are still in my direction.
Yeah, sorry, I thought I did. Not a problem.
Generator shooting on the thing down there. 99 outsighting.
That's interesting.
Just a stone.
60 feet, which they are not, though.
Yes,
Yeah.
Alright. Should move over here by the door.
Okay.
By the door.
Super. Hello! You fully render its magical aura and are able to study it. Go ahead and make a spellcraft check.
Oh boy, oh shit, you think I'd be ready for this by now.
Well, I mean, trying to.
Alrighty. Alright, 38.
Wow, you are certain that you are now the proud owner of a ring of protection +1.
Alright, awesome.
You have a move or standard action remaining.
I will continue down the hallway to the right.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see.
There you go.
So far with the pet, and pretty much on the where he goes right there.
Correct? 30 feet. 30 feet is there.
40.
40 feet is there.
Spring.
Striding and springing. Yeah, alright. That takes you to there. Very good, sir. You now see back around the corner, out the plug hole in the pit, back in the antechamber. You see a sheep there that was abandoned, yes.
Beautiful. A new friend. I'll talk to him.
There you go. Perfect. Alright, Lucky.
Alright, Lucky's going to move into the room with everybody else.
Okay.
Leave the door open. How about there? And one light.
Yeah.
I guess I went the wrong way. Yeah, green. That one. Okay. Very nice.
He's like, I don't want to be that close to the great gas.
Alright. Yeah. Okay.
Sure. You tell me, man.
Alright. Yeah, you're kind of right there. Double move. Brownsy. Mackenzie. Alright.
Fantastic.
Alright, I guess I'm done then. Any kind of perception, or I want to make sure there's no bad guys after something like this. I don't think there are. So I'm done.
Okay, go ahead with your mechanics question, Andrew.
I think we rushed before we got it off, but I was wondering how the lights work. If they can move through the door, if the soldiers go in. But I'll stay out here.
I don't think they can move through a door when it's closed. I think they have a physical form.
Empty lights.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The only other thing that I think we talked about it, my optics shield is kind of a spoiler of what it'll be covering.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
So is everybody clear?
All right. At this point, you hear audible noises coming from the pit. Clobber, it is your turn.
Alright. So, do we have it? We do not have everybody out of the tunnel yet, huh?
No, not yet.
Alright. And who's that, Fred?
Right.
Fred, you gonna be able to close that door behind you? Alright. And I'm going to make a move up the hallway. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, that's most of the movement.
Is the door obviously in the center?
Yes.
Alright. Let's see, what was holding up this circle that's next to me?
It is a sphere held at the shoulders by a satyr, the turquoise, and the black.
That's a hydra. That's the foot of a hydra. Right?
The black one?
Yes.
I believe so. Yes.
Alright. Without touching anything, I'll look at this turquoise one. See if it's magic, or see if I can see through it, or whatever. Try to disprove anything.
Sure. Oh, you go ahead and scrutinize it very closely. It appears to be a circle, a blue painted circle, perfect in dimensions, painted into the wall. Make a will save. Okay, it appears to be paint.
Alright, this one's paint.
All right, I'm going to go on to Tim now.
Didn't you say that the last time?
That doesn't mean I...
Hi, Tim.
Hi.
Hi, Tragool.
Is this guy's name Inigo Montoya? We should prepare to die.
Well, that all depends on you, my intrepid friends.
Well, I was pretty good at running away, I have to say.
What does Tim do?
Oh, well.
Moving.
So, he takes a swing, and he needs to move, I think.
Oh, sorry. I'll fix that. Our viewers at home like to see what you're doing too. So.
Alright. Thought you moved straight away.
I did.
He did. He moved down here.
Bring you back to where I was. Right. Alright, so I moved to here, then moved to here. Five, six, nine, but
You guys hear a thunderous whomp in the tunnel behind you. Like dust motes fall down from the ceiling in here. And it's Tragle's turn. What does Tragle do, Brad? Hello, can you hear me? That's good.
Sorry, guys. I had myself. Draco's gonna yell for Tim. Tim, where are you? I thought you were gonna come behind me. Do I hear? Do I hear anything
You.
other than the whomping? So just see if Tim responds to me, or if not, then I'm gonna keep moving.
Unless Tim responds to him, you do not detect him being around anymore.
Alright, so if I'm remembering right, getting out towards the hall we want. Is there a door here?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, so
And you only have a single move because you spent a move equivalent action looking for Tim.
oh no, I wasn't looking. I was just shouting for him.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't doing a perception check for him. I was just
Oh. Well, I made too many rolls then. Apologies for me.
yep, nope, sorry. No, I wasn't actually doing a perception for him. I was just trying to yell for him. I know he has a ring of invisibility, but I figured he might announce himself if he was out with me. So, all right. So I need to make a decision. Yeah, I think I'm getting that first message. Oh, slow down. Let's see.
It will eventually.
I'm going to ready a full attack for as soon as I might see the horrific beast. And since you said he was stone-like, I'm going to have adamantine arrows ready for him.
Okay.
So as soon as I see him in my line of sight, or I would. Oh, actually, would he, if shooting through the doorways and everything, would he have cover, or would it be a straight line of sight shot?
You'd have cover.
Alright, in that case, I'm going to and open the door right here.
Does a 23 hit you, sir?
Me?
Yes.
23. Flat-footed, I would assume, or?
No, you know this is coming.
Oh, okay, it's our trap arrow?
Yeah.
No, it does not.
Okay, then you dodge an arrow. Hey, you hear another arrow fire in the room behind you.
Okay, so I'll assume that is Tim.
Yep, and you open the door, revealing that 10 foot by 10 foot. There is another secret door that you know of right here.
Alright, that's me.
Fun times, gentlemen. It's an angry thing behind you.
Yeah, big angry thing.
Thordy. What do you say? It's your turn.
I say it's my turn. Okay, I'm gonna fish out my
Okay. All right.
Does anybody know if you use one more than once if you get a bonus to that roll?
I don't believe so.
Okay. That's what I need to know. I am successful.
You are shielded, buddy. Fred. Okay. Very good. You guys doing anything else? Is Ginger doing anything else? She is a move or a standard remaining. It does seem to happen more often than anything else. Except darkness, yeah. True story. Okay, I'm gonna go cut to Ziggy then. All right, sir.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to take my bonus action and so I realize I'm flying.
Yes, you are.
Our thing today.
Click, click, boom.
Didn't you get the arrow at the top of the screen?
Oh, with your right click, with your left click, yeah, left click held down, click your right click. And then click your right click anytime you want to turn.
Okay, these squares are
They are. It's 20 foot up the pit.
okay, so 20 foot up the pit. Few more movements, so I guess I'll be standing at the edge of this pit in the first movement. And move right to the front then.
Okay, you stand before the mist-filled arch.
Take a deep breath.
Yeah, buddy. Alright, I shall return. I shall return. Alright, Lucky. It is your turn, sir.
Lucky's turn. And
Don't you feel lucky?
I do, but I also don't know what to do.
You know the thing about Lucky? Lucky is like the most adorable looking little guy. I mean, look at that guy.
Yeah, oh, isn't he sweet?
Why is he standing on my mug?
That can't be your mug. You're too sensitive, Patsy.
Yes.
Alright, why is he standing on my shot glass?
Let me move up here and do a perception check on that little blue dot.
Okay, so the blue dot. It is, yes. It's held the bright blue sphere is held at the feet of a Sahuagin. And I need you to make a will save, sir. Actually, I need you to make 2 of them.
How do I
Okay, so you can see the A. This is not a dot, but an illusion. Okay? The ball at the bottom, you can see through it. And you can clearly see that, or we'll be able to clearly see now, that there's rather something odd. This is another like small passage like you crawled out of into this room, right? You see it opens up into a bigger room where this thing is sitting on a table.
You just need to have. Yeah.
Or a transplant.
And I believe that is you.
I am done. Hey guys, I found something.
Oh, crap. You have any knowledge of Lucky?
Oh, I probably have a little bit of knowledge. Not much though. Got a few. Good knowledge. I'm done, right? Can I make a knowledge?
Yeah, knowledge religion.
Hey, I've got one. All right.
Yeah, you think this. Yeah, you are pretty sure this is a unique magical paperweight owned by a famous Drow priestess.
Okay. And that's
Young gold.
Yeah. And now it is Clobber's turn, who was readying for an action that never occurred.
no. That was my last turn.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, Lucky did say that he saw something.
He did.
And here. Oh, well, there's that.
Yeah, make a will save. Because right now it does look like just a Saguin standing on a blue sphere.
I'm waiting for Clobber.
Ah, but you can see through.
All right. So I can see this thing now. Even with that crappy ass.
You can. Would you like to make a knowledge religion check?
I would like to make a knowledge religion check. Let's see.
You know that this is not anything you've seen before.
Not anything I've seen before.
Right. You're not sure what this is. You're pretty sure that Lucky is wrong about the whole Drow Priestess theory, but you know what this is.
Yeah, Lucky, that's not it. What it is, but I know you're not right. I'm pretty sure I am.
I'm going to go see Tim now. I'm glad that some of you can't see the turn order because there's a lot of things in it now. And you'd have a move or a standard remaining.
Oh, to be stupid or not.
Sure, the party split already.
Yeah, no. Can I look at this?
Do it.
That dot?
Which dot? The silver dot.
Taking it.
The silver dot is held at the feet of a four-armed gargoyle. Nope, I'm taking it back. That's not the silver dot. That's gray. It's held to shoulders by an owl bear. This one's the four-armed gargoyle. That's silver. This is gray. That's white. This is indigo, in case you're all wondering.
It's not indigo.
That's not indigo?
He's looking
Not on my.
for Ben. Figuring it out.
It's 6 times as bad as a fugitive.
So,
Oof.
this one, real?
Make a will save.
Hey, that's better.
That one appears real.
Alright, that one is paint people. And you want
Nice.
Operating.
I believe you this time.
Hey, nine.
All right, Tim.
So, real quick, Aaron, just to remember, when I decided to run for it instead of ready the action.
Yes.
Yeah, so I just saw on my turn order it was ready.
Flip by you, Tragul, and whisper, it's coming. So I can't find the way out.
Alright, I'll do it.
I will, I think, probably outside. Where did I start?
Yeah, I believe so. Right there, yes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Correct. There is another thunderous collision at the end of the hallway, and more dust and stuff sputters from the ceiling. Tragel.
Okay, so I should typically be going before our friend, right, though?
Yeah, I don't know why it did that. It's got you going just after him now, but...
Yeah, because I never did the delay or the ready, so
Right.
that was what messed it up. So,
I wish I could fix it, but my GM permission turn order is empty.
alright.
So,
My turn order's empty on this one, too.
yeah, I'm just doing the best I can. Roll 20 is being a little buggy.
Yeah, no real problem. So, okay, so if I can, boy, I've got to get through. I'm going to go. That door's open through here into this room, and I'm going to close this door. Right, that one. I did not close this one though, because that wasn't a secret door, was it?
Correct.
And this one is a secret door, correct?
Correct.
So yep, so I left that door open. I moved in, and then I'm closing that door behind me.
Roger, roger. Does a 26 hit Tragel?
Um, let's see.
Less than 5 minutes.
Then no. Yeah, because I only did. I took those as set of potions when we first entered into that um the Hall of the Spheres or Orbs. So no, that
Okay.
will not hit me.
Okay. Good. You both dodge arrows again because you're good at it.
Oh yeah.
Um, and that is your turns basically. Welcome to the first 5 minutes in the Term of Horrors. Top.
It's finally living up to its
We've
name.
we've reached round 50.
Oh my god.
Thordy.
Is the door closed?
Yes.
Okay, I will then move up to the black circle and I'm going to examine it closely. That's nice color. I never touched it, I'm just looking.
So you go up and thoroughly inspect the black circle, as we earlier discussed was a Hydra.
Perfect.
And oops, I should have done something a little differently. Permit me to mess around with things for a moment.
Anybody up there?
The dots are moving.
Permit me to mess around with things for a moment.
Dots moved. They did. Or I did.
Yeah, I retcon that. The black dot's actually there, and the other dot's actually up there. Okay. So, make a will save.
Do I include my magic bonus?
Yes.
Welcome to my territory.
I think that. What do you think?
Ouch.
You reveal that it is illusory, and it's hiding a concealed door. Oops, I guess I shouldn't have moved that yet. It's hiding a concealed door.
Bobber, it's pink. Not.
I'm gonna
There's a
clobber
door over
you.
here.
Come here.
You wouldn't want to hurt a fellow dwarf wearing glasses, would you?
I'll take the glasses off and smack you over the head.
Nice. So anyway, that's pretty much your turn then, 30, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Fred,
Alright.
welcome to the new hallway. Oh. Alright, you carefully inspect the indigo dot, giving it a crucial scrutiny. Go ahead and make a will save. Alright, you can tell that it is a circle of paint. Ginger.
Why do we need leaves? That we need leaves to.
What?
Nothing. An attempt to do.
I was just wondering where Fred just slid over 10 feet. I have no idea.
I don't know. Huh.
There you go.
Alright, sir, you stand before the mist-filled archway.
Okay, and what I
Blinking. Let me get you a description. So the stones glow yellow on the left, orange on the right, and blue on the top. Yeah, it's yellow on the left, orange on the right, and blue above.
Would my character remember the sequence?
Yes, I believe you would. It would be yellow, blue, orange. It has been less than 5 minutes since you've watched this happen.
So I will repeat that sequence as I walk through.
Very good. All right. So you appear in a room. There is a statue in the corner of a gargoyle with 3 arms. Let me see. I've got put you in this handout. See that? Oh, there we go. There you go. So he's this one-horned, 4-armed gargoyle, except one of his arms is broken off. He's laying at his feet. In the corner over here. There is a door open in the wall to one of those 4-foot by 4-foot passageways you've been crawling through. You just appeared here. Just boom. In that space before the gargoyle statue. You have a mover standard. Oh no, I'm sorry, you hit the buttons and then you walk through. So no, you're good. Yep, you've got some thinking to do. Lucky.
Okay. Which one is the green? Is it the one that's straight down, or there's one up green? Lime green. Okay. Let's see.
There's 2 greens.
Two greens.
Yeah.
Green that I'm standing diagonally from.
Yes. There is a green and a... Hold on. A pale green. So you are standing... This is pale green,
But if we want to check out the
and this is green.
stuff here.
Okay, you stand before a sphere held high above the head of a half-orc. Do you want to carefully examine it?
Yeah, it's shun green if we can. However, we want to check out the green.
Well, did you want to check out it? Did you want to check out another color within walking distance? Like orange or yellow or pink?
Guys,
Or gray? Clobber is pretty sure gray is paint.
I will shun green as whatever this orange is instead. And save, you said?
Yes.
Fitting. Yeah.
This is sphere held waist high by a mummy. Yeah.
I almost said it, but I thought no.
And it's definitely paint.
Paint is like eating. Alright, I'm done.
Okay.
Sounds like everybody else is done.
Okay. Clobber, I would like you to make a will save, please.
It's clobbering time.
The blue dot. They said
And then don't forget the bonuses.
the blue one just revealed a essentially hole, essentially.
That
It
was
didn't blink.
Starbrain.
It did. It flew off its pedestal towards you. It's bobbing in the air there, Clobber. And you felt it hostilely assault your mind.
Uh-oh.
It's a brain eater, but it'll starve if it attacks clobber.
You guys hear percussive sounds coming from the red dot.
And then somebody's trying to get through the door.
They sound small. Clobber, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to alert everybody that the brain in the jar is moving towards us, and it tried to me.
Hurt it back.
How about we let it come out into the open where we can all hurt it? I think I will retreat to there,
Haha, very good.
and then be ready to hit something if it comes in range.
Okay. I'm going to go down to Tim and Tragul then.
Do we just want to attack it?
Alright, it's Tim and Tragul's turn.
Alright. Can you describe to me, can I see into this orb here?
Is that door open? Yes. Yeah, you can see through the door. Actually, you know what you see through the door? A halfling. Yep.
Is this our friend Lucky?
That is your friend Lucky. He seems to be peering at this dot intently. Yeah, he okay, so alright, well, fair enough.
Alright, well, I'm still invisible, right?
Yep.
I will use fear and watch.
Can you see him, Lucky, now?
I can.
Okay. Yep, he's peering at this orange dot here.
I will begin to keep an eye on him in my
Okay. Tragul.
Tragul is gonna run 5, 10, 15, 20.
Nowhere near you. You're next to Tim.
I'm gonna be like, shh, get down,
There's a freaking gargoyle out there.
get down, get down.
All right, all right. I will stop my move and did I? Yeah. All right. I will just actually I'm gonna cut over onto this side here though, so I'm not immediately. Okay. All right. I'm good.
You hear there's another concussive burst, and you hear rattles of stone behind through the closed door.
So, Tim, I really think we should go. Why are we waiting?
I don't have an opportunity here.
There's an opportunity to die. There's a gargoyle behind us.
It's not getting any closer.
It's crashing through the doorways.
Listen, if we can hide and it goes past us, it will go home.
Brilliant.
Why?
How am I gonna hide? I don't have freaking
Taking that over. Hold on.
All right. Good. I'll hold here for now.
Be back with you. Probably get one more round this tonight.
Yeah. So we'll at least live till tomorrow.
Yeah. Thordy.
All right. I'm going to. Did I examine the door for traps yet?
No.
Okay. I will examine the door for traps and locks. If it's not trapped or locked, I will open it.
Okay. You do all of those things. You determine it is not trapped or locked. You open it, and you reveal a 4 foot by 4 foot passage through the black dot that goes down for 20 feet or so before turning to the right. Yeah.
All right. I believe that's me.
All right, sir. Fred.
Alright, I will.
Look at where they all are. Tim and Tragwell are here. They know Lucky's there now. Is she not here? And then Steven's back up here.
If we had gone forward through the red dot, we would have hit a
Because he went through a teleporter over here and ended up here.
exit.
Oh, is he going that way?
What's that?
Is he going to the orange dot?
Uh-huh. They're all going to get back together.
Go forward on this.
But
Nothing's happening.
Derek's readying an assassination strike on Lucky, though. He's invisible with a ring of invisibility on. And he just talked Lauren into waiting a minute before going into the room. Okay. All right. You thoroughly look for traps, and you do not detect any in this section of the hallway that you can see. It's it's an identically tunneled hallway from which you climbed through before.
So brain thing is not
No,
It's not ambulatory, is it?
it's flying.
No, still.
It float. The brain thing floated off the pedestal like 10 feet towards him and then assaulted his mind. Yeah.
I was distracted by something else.
Right. What is Ginger?
I missed that. That's
Squirrel.
the key thing.
What it is kind of creepy. Ginger, what do you do? Down the hallway. All right. Fair enough. All right. What are you gonna do, Steven?
Yeah, so, statue.
Just a statue, and one of its arms is broken off on the ground. Yeah. No.
Oh, there's not.
Yeah. The only visible way out of this 20 foot by 10 foot room is the 4 foot by 4 foot crawlway heading out the other end. It looks like an identical crawlway you crawled in out of the ceiling of that other room. You know, a little 4 foot by 4 foot tunnel.
I would be remiss to not do a good perception check and make sure there's nothing more of interest about this statue. How about your perception?
I got that.
Okay.
All right. So you notice that the statue's palms all have an indentation roughly the size of an acorn. Yep.
And then I would carefully move to 4 by 4 crawlway.
Okay. Okay, at that point you can see that the hallway terminates at a yellow dot. Make a will save.
We'll save.
Okay, you can see that it is an illusion. And it's translucent, and you can see into a larger hallway that is 20 feet wide. A larger hall, I should say, that is 20 feet wide and goes some distance to the south.
Okay. I will proceed then. 15 feet and 30. You say complete south?
Yeah.
15.
How much movement do you have left?
Right. Well, at 60 when flying, I'm crawling?
No, because you're short, remember?
Yes.
Aren't you like 3 foot something?
3 foot flat.
Right, 3 foot flat. So you can fly through here. So you get 60, right?
I have another 15 feet of movement, yes.
There you go. That puts you there.
I guess I'll head to the other room.
Awesome. Yeah, you can head to the other room now.
Where did he come from?
Vice Admiral James Bond.
He crawled out of the gold sphere.
What's up there, Ziggy?
Oh, hi. How's it going there, fellas?
Why did you leave us, Ziggy?
For those of you that know, he crawled out of this sphere.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
Ziggy, what
allow me
happened?
to
What's
explain
my side
myself.
moving?
Exactly. It is not smart to leave the group. So I went on a rescue mission. I didn't want to tell you guys about it because I didn't want to endanger you as well. So I was gonna head back through the teleporter and try and catch up to Steve and
the blue one, and behind the red door there's a bunch of undead, and behind the black door behind the black dot there's a opening to which we're going. So run for the black dot, big fella.
That's the best. That's the best recap I've heard ever, Lauren. I love it.
I don't know if this is pertinent or if I should be able to see this, but there's something behind the white dot there. Should I be seeing that, GM, or no?
You should not.
Okay, I don't see a thing then. Never mind.
Lucky, get your ass through the door.
Okay. Oh, it's my turn.
It is. It is your turn.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I cannot throw Lucky through the door because that would require me to go away from the door to get to Lucky.
Is the door open or no?
Yes, the door is open. This is where you want to go. Right behind the black dot.
Alright.
Why didn't you guys just put like some of the blue thing?
Why would we fight it?
Because it's attacking us.
Yeah?
There's
It
much
just
to
hurt
it.
us.
There's a lot to explore here.
Well, we're gonna avoid this fight until we absolutely have to.
Okay.
That one.
Is there anything else that I should be doing or checking this one? Am I good to go?
Does the floor fall away?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't fall away.
Alright, good. That may not be as far as I want. I need to go, or I can go, but that's as far as I want. If that makes any sense.
Aren't you a rogue? Like, don't you do the trap check something?
Oh yeah, I've been checking. There's nothing here.
Then carry on.
Okay.
There, I'm good. Double move right there.
Okay.
There.
All right. Good.
Thoroughly and I'm guaranteed nothing's gonna happen.
You're guaranteeing.
Guaranteed or your life back.
Yes.
I GAUNT it. So the following happens. The creepy canned horror here, right? Flies out into the room and assaults Clobber's mind. Clobber, make a will save.
Oh, dang it.
Stay straight at those.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, sir, you are the proud owner of 23 damage. As it basically assaults your psyche. You are just hit with a whole bunch of like alien pictures and images and information.
Minus 23, right?
23 damage.
Ow.
I need to make an adjustment here. Okay.
Can we kill this thing?
Let's kill it.
You hear more thumps behind the red dot, and it's Clobber's turn.
Alright, everybody ready to fight this thing?
I'm ready.
So much.
I know. Alright. I will advance on it. And do my namesake here, so
Pow, right in the kisser.
let's see.
Well, you said 23, 28, and 9 are your hits?
9 and 16.
Oh, I see that. So you hit with the 23 and the 28.
For 12 and 17.
That seemed to hurt it some.
Come on, people, we can speed it up quick.
Alright, be right back with you. We are probably wrapping up with this tonight at the end of the round.
Trying not too long. I know it is.
We'll play again tomorrow night. Maybe we all could agree before next tomorrow night session to go long.
We'll just run around there.
Hi.
All right. I foresee us rejoining the party here in a
So Tim, your halfling buddy walked away.
So we,
Oh, and you hear some combat going on to the south, down the hall. It's out of your field of sight, but you hear like some grunts and some pounding on what something.
are we hearing the creature get closer as it comes, or is it
Um,
coming from the same distance?
it's hard to tell at this point. And did you see that Ziggy is here?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, he walked. He came out of the gold dot, which is where you guys came out of.
This one?
No, this one.
This one up here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So, Trey, we're gonna go back to them.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright.
Because if this thing comes through, yeah, we need a little more power.
You hear it bust and shudder, and more stones, like more dust falls, and you can tell it's definitely getting closer. You're pretty sure it just came through another wall.
Okay. So, I will become visible again.
Okay. All right. You guys can go to the other channel.
Hang on. All right. Let's see.
Dihydrogen oxide.
Run for your lives!
Hey! Hey, what?
5, 10, 15,
Oh shit.
20, 25. Alright, well, let's see. I did 5, 10, 15, 20. And I am just going to yell, run for your lives, you fleet fools!
And as he does that, guys, like you guys hear a large type collision behind them, and it's hard. It's strong enough to shake dust from the ceiling.
So why did you actually piss something off? My first question.
We didn't. We just opened a door. Tell me about it.
Smart like that.
I'll tell you about how stupid it is to open doors down that hallway on another episode. It is the realm of stupid doors.
The realm of super doors.
Yes. And now there's a gigantic, four-armed, two-winged, stony beast chasing us.
Oh hey.
Okay,
Don't worry, it's only about 15 feet tall.
Wait,
no
does
problem.
it
We
look,
got a
Garfield?
rain in a canister, and we got a bunch of undead behind door number red. So how could that be?
Well,
I
look
was
at that,
saying-
guys.
I was gonna say go down the black door and just close everything behind us, but no. Robert decided we have to kill something.
Because it's following us.
Well, it's not following me.
I just did a quick highlight of all the things extra, all your friends in your initiative tracker at the moment.
Oh my god. All right.
The last thing we heard was go to the black door and shut it.
That's what I was gonna do, but apparently Clobber And then Ziggy appeared. And then Tragle appeared. At least Ziggy wasn't trailing a freaking forearm gargoyle behind him.
Well, I told you about at
We
least.
had this completely under control until you guys showed up.
I did see a four-armed gargoyle, but one of its arms was on the ground.
Yeah, we already killed that one.
That's the best
Take
kind of
that
gargoyle.
on and keep the other one later.
You killed that one.
Uh-huh.
To his disarm.
Why didn't you kill this one too?
This one's bigger. This was like the little brother one. The one that we
All
couldn't
I'm
swarm off of.
hearing is this.
All I'm hearing is you killed his little brother.
Yeah, you deal with the revenge. I'm going through the black door and closing it behind me.
The back door has like 4 hallways, so I don't think that big monster's gonna be able to come down here very easily.
I'll just let you know, he's not going through doors. He's going through walls.
Oh.
So I'm really thinking that's not much of an issue.
He's the juggernaut.
Yes, exactly.
Well, on that note, folks, we are wrapping it up for the night. It was wonderful to see you. I think we've come together, and we've learned that maybe together we can overcome the multiple things that have joined our initiative tracker. Until tomorrow, when we may stand and fight, or we may go through the black dot and close the door behind us. Until then, who knows? So, stay tuned, and we'll see you next time, Tomb Raiders.